Hello and welcome back to Sakura Angels. In the last episode, Kenta and his two guardian angels decided to spend part of the weekend going to the beach in order to relax and have some quality time together. However, when they went to the beach, they found that a blob monster of some sort was rising out of the sea. Hikari then proceeded to use magic against it and was immediately covered in goo. So, let's continue. We trudge through the street, the day well and truly gone. The sun sinks in the horizon, basking the world in a hazy orange glow. Nobody says anything, and I can only see an exhausted face on either side of me. All the fuss at the beach really took it out of us. I don't think Hikari has even said more than a few words since she was first covered in slime. Despite the exhaustion, both of them still seem to be on guard, their eyes scanning over the shadows as we continue on. Right. So far, with each walk home, Yuzuki has ambushed us. That deranged dark angel. It would only make sense if she were to swoop in while we were exhausted like this. It would be an easy win. I don't even know if the girls have it in them to fight at the moment. But nothing. Nothing attacks us. No mad giggle from the shadows. No more monsters striking from the darkness. Just nothing. It's a bit hard to believe that after all the efforts you had went through in the past night that she would simply let us go this time around. Unless she's deliberately trying to get us to lower our guard and is hidden further up ahead. Oh. I'm getting paranoid now. At the very least, I hadn't had any more headaches since the slime at the beach. And usually they're the most intense when I'm confronted. by Yuzuki for whatever reason. I'll trust my head. It seems to be the most reliable thing when it comes to these otherworldly encounters. We make it home, not a single dark angel in sight. I part ways with the girls with a lazy wave and a grunt, both of them responding with about the same level of enthusiasm. I think we all just want to pretend today didn't happen. Well, mostly Hikari. I somehow get the feeling she'll probably be the one to remember it most, however. The rest of the evening is a blur. I think I ate dinner at some point and maybe lazed around on the couch for a while watching a show I can't really remember much about, before finally crashing for the night. As I'm dragged into my dreams, I get the feeling that something terrible is lurking within them. Something I shouldn't ignore. But all I know is that I won't remember any of this the moment I wake up. Morning arrives. Again. My head is killing me. Again. I'm going to bed earlier each night, yet somehow I'm feeling more and more like garbage each time I wake up. I don't get it. The only difference today is that the usual cheery rays of the morning sun are nowhere to be seen. In their place is the heavy sound of rain hammering against the window. Pulling back the curtains, today looks to be a gloomy day. Grey skies overhead cast a depressing shadow on the town below, the torrential downpour showing no sign of stopping anytime soon. Great! And I have to go out in this weather and all. It's not going to be a fun day, that much I can already tell. I stretch and let out a drawn-out yawn before I stagger towards the bathroom. Wait. My hand hovers over the handle as I just about stop myself from carelessly swinging the door open. That was a close one. I need to approach this situation carefully. Too many mistakes have been made before. I've been lucky to escape with my life before, but they might not be so forgiving the second time. Okay, deep breath. I can do this. I thumped the door a good several times with the back of my fist. Hello? Anyone in there? No response. But I've been fooled before. This proves nothing. I bang on the door again, even louder than previous time. Nothing. Surely someone would have heard that if they were on the other side. Which means it might be safe? I bring the door open a crack, just a little, and peer through. So far so good. I continue to open the door just a little more, and a little more, until I see it. A most wondrous sight takes my breath away. It's So beautiful. It's enough to move a man to tears. The bathroom is actually empty for once. No wacky misunderstandings, no awkward stares. I can actually just freely use the bathroom today without the threat of being torn apart. I waste no time slipping inside and firmly locking in the door. I even double, triple check the lock. Something they should have been doing too, but always forgot. After a peaceful shower, I make my way down to the kitchen where Hikari and Sayaka are waiting for me. It's awful out there. Hikari gazes out the window, a look of disgust across her face. With the laundry list of other things that annoy her, I guess no surprise that she hates rain too. Do we really have to go to school today, Kenta? Ah, come on! It's just a bit of water. You're not gonna melt in it or anything. Sayaka grins dangerously as something sparkles in her eyes. Uh-oh. It's less harmful than the stuff you got covered in yesterday anyway. She tries her best to suppress a giggle, but fails, her laughter soon rocking the house. Conversely, Hikari is less than amused. Sayaka! Can we just forget about that already? I was stupid, I made a mistake. Big deal. Flustered, Hikari stomps her foot towards her mischievous partner. We haven't even reached school yet, and they're already arguing. I think that's a new record. Besides, I recall it was you who was on the verge of being expelled from the academy at some point with your antics. What can I say? They just don't appreciate a good joke. Joke? You almost blew up the entire... Realizing I'm still in the room, Hikari cuts herself short and clamps up. Aww, I guess I'll never be able to hear about this old school of theirs. The magic one that taught them all they know. Let's just leave it at that for now, and agree we've both been stupid at times, okay? Okay? I really don't think it was that bad, though. Anyway, Kenta, how about you cause all some... No. Absolutely not. But you didn't even let me... I don't need to. If it involves you stepping foot into the kitchen in any way, shape, or form, I already know my answer. This time it'll really be... Nope. I'll be careful. Nuh-uh. Are you being... No. Yeah, I'm not letting her or Hikari anywhere near the kitchen again. Even if they do somehow manage to leave the kitchen standing, I'm sure whatever monstrosity they concoct would do more damage to me than any monster lurking out there ever could. Sayaka heaves a dramatic sigh, purses her lips in a pout, and gives me a look that suggests I've been nothing but a massive disappointment to her. Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. It doesn't last long though, before her usual cheery expression takes over again. I think it must be impossible to truly upset this girl. After that little dose of excitement for the morning, I quickly prepare a meal for the three of us before we set out into the town and brave the storm. The rain shows no sign of letting up. It's hard to believe that the weekend was bright and cheerful as it was when dark clouds have completely eclipsed the sun overhead by now. We have nothing but flimsy umbrellas to defend ourselves with, that just barely hold under the immense downpour. I have my doubts if we'll even make it to school dry. I'm not really sure how it got this bad all of a sudden. If it keeps up throughout the day, we might even have flooding to worry about. I feel silly for even have this cross my mind, but I can't help feel that this may be the land lamenting in some way. A sign of things to come. I don't know I'm even thinking such nonsense, but it won't leave my head no matter how hard I try. Looking back up at the skies, the cloud seems even more sinister than before. We make it to school without drowning. Somehow. Phew! It was pretty intense out there. As we enter the classroom, Sayaka shakes herself. I keep going into Sean Connery. Sayaka shakes herself dry, her hair swishing wildly. Right beside Hikari. Ah, watch it. You're like a dog. She stops and blinks innocently, the last drops of water splashing to the ground. I can't tell if she's just plain dumb here or if she really did it by accident. That's what makes her so scary sometimes. Ugh, never mind. Hikari huffs and stumps over to her seat with class just about to start. I follow suit and crumple into my seat with a sigh. What a depressing day this is turning out to be. As the teacher shows up and class begins, I give one last look out the window, water streaming so heavily down the glass, I can just barely make out what's on the other side. The lesson goes on, though with each passing moment I find it more and more difficult to focus on the subject at hand. The writing on the board blurred into an incomprehensible mess. I can feel it. At the back of my skull, that familiar creeping pain. Why here? I've never had these headaches at school. They usually only crop up when something bad is about to happen. I guess it's not a full-blown headache, so I shouldn't have anything to worry about for now. Is it a warning that something is coming? I don't know what to make of it all. Kenta? You okay? I hear Sayaka whisper from the seat behind me, a gentle hand on my shoulder. I look to my side and see Hikari giving me an equally worried glance. Did I look that bad? Maybe the headaches are affecting me more than I think. I nod my head and muster up a faint smile. I can just barely even convince myself I'm fine, but it's enough to make them focus back on the lesson at hand. Lunchtime arrives and I can just barely recollect what I was taught. What subject was it even? It's not important right now. At least now I have the time to collect my thoughts and get a grip on the situation. We're gonna get lunch, Kenta. Do you want to come with us, or...? Having hopped out of his seat, Sayaka skips to the front of my desk and peers down at me with a grin. I blink. It takes me a good second to register that anything has been said to me. Huh? Oh, you guys go ahead. I just have a bit of a headache. Kenta, about the headaches. They're... Hikari pops up out of nowhere and stifles Sayaka with a hand to her mouth before she begins dragging her out of class. Come on, Sayaka. He doesn't need to know any of that, and the queues are going to get too big if we stand around. Sayaka's muffled cries of distress are the last thing I hear before the pair vanish into the corridor. Huh. Wait. Headaches? Does that mean she knows I've been having them frequently? And more than likely knows the cause of them? If they know anything that will enlighten me on this bizarre series of events, then I really have to chase them up on it. I can't let something as important as this being slipped under the rug like everything else they tried to keep from me. I rise up from my desk with a wobble, my legs not quite all there. They should be at the cafeteria, right? I start for the corridor myself, but someone catches my eye amongst the waves of students going by. Silver hair, amber eyes, a female student marches along with a blank expression. My head rings. Where have I seen her before? Wait, is she really? There's no doubt it. She's the dark angel that's been making our lives hell. Yet she seems like a completely different person right now. Gone is any trace of madness. All I see right now is an emotionless schoolgirl. Yusuke? Her name falls out of my mouth the moment I come to the realization. Has she always been at this school? How did I not notice something as obvious as this before? Eyes lock across the crowds. I fear something terrible is going to happen as dread sets in. But her gaze quickly flickers away before she carries on her business. She was so intent on getting me before, and now she wants nothing to do with me? Something isn't adding up here. I know it's stupid and a reckless thing to do, but I can't help but chase after her. If I go get Sayaka and Hikari, she might be gone by then. It's hard to keep up with her as the waves of students crash against me. Everyone in our frenzy to get their lunch, but I just about managed to catch a glimpse of her heading for the staircase. Yusuke, wait! She pays me no mind and continues to ascend the stairs. Why am I following her? I don't know what I can possibly get out of this beyond an early demise. Yet I still insist on hiking up the stairs after her. She seems so different. Maybe I'm just secretly hoping that there's more to her than the initial crazed monster that confronted us 2 times before. Something that will help me make sense of this mess. I reach the top floor breathless after climbing the stairs 2 steps at a time. I peer out into the corridor to try and see where she might have gone, but there's nothing. I'm sure it wasn't that far behind though. So where did she disappear to? I mean, this is where the stairs end. Unless... Would you really be out there? In this weather? I make for the staircase again, go up a short flight of stairs leading up to the rooftop. The rain sounds more violent than ever outside. I can't possibly imagine someone willingly wanting to be out there, but I have to check, just to be sure. I fight against the raging winds and heave the door open. Yusuke! That might actually be a good thumbnail. It should be safe. So I wouldn't have to change to a safer one like in the last episode. There she is, standing by the fence, gazing out over the town with a hand idly gripping the mesh. Already the rain has drenched her completely, her soaked uniform clinging to her skin. She seems completely unbothered by it though, as she doesn't feel the rain at all. I've only been out here for a second and I can already feel the urge to sneeze creep up as the chilling rain makes short work of me. Yusuke ignores me, her amber eyes vacant. At the very least, she doesn't seem hostile at the moment. Right now I think the rain has a more likely chance of killing me than she does. I take a step forward towards her, my foot splashing in a sizable puddle. What do you want? She responds bluntly. I may as well be talking to a completely different person than the girl that went after my life. I think carefully before opening my mouth. While things are peaceful right now, it might take saying only one wrong thing to set her off. But I can't be too reserved. I want answers. After hesitating for a moment, my voice initially coming out in a croak, I finally confront her. Why are you so set on killing me? I don't understand any of this. What I mean is, why me? She tenses up for a moment at the sound of my voice. I fear I might have said the wrong thing already, but she gradually relaxes again. I'm surprised you even noticed me at all today. Tell me, Kenta. How long is it we've been in the same class together? What? Has she really been in the same class as me? I'm sure it would have played piece together things a lot sooner if that were the case. Yusuke lets out a bitter laugh. You didn't even realize, did you? I'm not sure I may as well be a ghost. Do you know what it feels to be completely invisible? When no one will even so much as glance my way? Her grip tightens on the fence, the wires sinking into her flesh. What is she talking about? To never be picked as a partner for projects? To never be asked to sit with someone for lunch? To even be ignored by the teacher in class? They might seem like petty small things, but over the years they add up, and slowly the hate begins to set in. People are selfish, rude, arrogant, and you're probably thinking, why don't you just make the effort to make friends yourself? I guess that thought did come to mind. All I can do is stand and listen as she continues, ignoring the urge to shiver. Do you think I haven't tried? I've tried so hard to fit in, to be social, to talk to people. But after a certain point, the social circles are set and become impassable walls for those looking to join. My cheerful greetings were met with complete indifference. My attempts to talk with classmates were met with painful stares. And then it's back home to sit in a dark, lonely home before I have to force myself to come back to school. A place teeming with people, yet it is here I feel the most lonely. Was it too much to ask for a friend? Someone I could talk to confide with, have fun with, just like they do in the TV shows? Is it really so much? So, she's just lonely? But why are you... She cuts me off as she suddenly spins to meet me eye to eye. The vacant stare is gone, and in its place is one of hate, aimed directly at me. But don't feel sorry for me. None of that matters anymore. Not after tomorrow. Everything will change. Tomorrow? I ask her. A searing heat surges through my skull and forces a wind out of me. Yusuke smirks at my pain. You can feel it, can't you? She's so close to being free now. With every passing day, her power grows. What are you talking about? Who's going to be free? Oh, so they haven't told you. Interesting. I wonder why they're so intent on keeping it a secret. Regardless, everything will make sense tomorrow. I'll finally get what I want, and she'll finally get what she wants. Yusuke drifts past me as I struggle to keep upright, the headache refusing to die down. Goodbye for now. The next time we meet will be the last. But wait, Yusuke, what are you... It's too late. She's gone. I'm left alone on the rooftop in the pouring rain. I wanted to try to get to the bottom of things, but if anything, I think I'm even more confused now. Achoo! Okay, I see good back inside now. Soaked to the bone, I squelch into the classroom. I didn't see Yusuke on her way down, and she doesn't appear to be here either. So, I have no idea where she might have vanished to. So I've lost her, and now I'm probably going to succumb to pneumonia. Great. Ah! Kenta! What on earth happened? Oh, I guess the Sayaka came up to check on me since I was taking too long to get to the cafeteria. I turned to meet her with a faint smile, my hair dripping wet. If I tell her Yusuke is here or that I went to confront her on my own, she might worry needlessly, so I'll keep it a secret for now. It's nothing, don't worry. Nothing? Kenta, you're completely drenched. What are you doing? I had to get out to get something, but I was in too much of a rush to remember my umbrella. I'll be fine, really. Achoo! Okay, the sneeze isn't really doing me any favors. Come on, let's get you all dried off. You're going to catch a cold at this rate, and Hikari will flip if she sees you like this. True. I'm lucky it was Sayaka that found me first. I offer no resistance as Sayaka takes me by the wrist and guides me out of the classroom. She doesn't question me any further on the subject either, of which I'm thankful for. Almost dying in the rain aside, the rest of the school day goes by without much more happening. I catch no further sign of Yusuke though my headache lingers. I tried to piece together everything Yusuke had said. From what I can understand, she's doing this all because she wants friends? It doesn't make sense. How did she end up the way she is to begin with? And who is this Yusuke kept referring to? Someone that is somehow linked to my headaches, and by extension I can only assume that she's the cause of the monsters, and everything else that has been going weird lately in my life. Yusuke also implies that Sayaka and Hikari know more than they're letting on, which I could tell already, but not to this extent. I want to question them all about all this, but I'm sure I'll be met with the same silence. Why is everyone so damn secretive? I feel like I'm the only person in the world left out of the loop right now. I keep to my thoughts on the wet journey home, and before long I find myself in my room, gazing listlessly at the ceiling. The rain gradually dies down as the evening settles in. Things are finally calm, but for how long? Yusuke's words are still repeating in my muddled mind. Something is going to happen tomorrow. Something bad, and I have no idea what. I glimpse out my window. The usual tent is there, albeit a little more wet than usual. I feel sorry for them having to camp out there in this sort of weather. Those two girls, they got to know everything that I'm struggling to understand here. It's not fair that even though this entire situation supposedly resolves around me, I know somehow the least. I don't know if they're doing it to protect me or what, but I'm beginning to feel that it's too late for that. I continue to stare at the tent. It's not that late, so they might still be awake. Okay, yeah, I've decided. I'm going to go down there and demand they explain everything to me. I have to make a stand and be assertive. No more secrets, no more games. I refuse to leave them alone until they tell me all that I need to know. I'll leave them no choice. And we shall see how that goes in the next episode, but until then, take care.